Hi, I'm Jade. I'm from Wool and the Gang. We're a DIY fashion brand from London. On our site you can buy wonderful yarns. We have knitting kits, we have crochet kits that allow you to make your clothes yourself. Today I'm making the teeny tiny Zion Lion pattern. It's an exclusive hat design that we've done for the Innocent Big Knit. It's super easy, it's perfect for intermediates and beginners, and you'll be knitting up hats in no time to keep the elderly well and warm this winter. In this video I'm going to show you how to cast on, how to knit and stocking stitch in the round, and also how to make teeny tiny pom-poms for your teeny tiny hat. Here are some of the things you need to get your hands on. A set of 5mm double pointed knitting needles, a ball of yarn. I'm using Wool and the Gang's Wool Me Tender in cloudy blue, a sewing needle, and a teeny tiny Zion Lion pattern, which is available for free download in the link below. Let's grab some wool and get started. This hat is made in the round using double pointed knitting needles, and it basically means that there's going to be no seaming for you at the end of this project. So the very first thing I'm going to show you is how to make a slip knot, and it's very easy. So you take your yarn, you make a long piece of yarn like this, you hold the yarn in your hands just like this, and then you take your left hand and you place it over your right index finger and thumb. You can make a little loop like this, and then you insert your index and your thumb through the loop and you grab the yarn that's not attached to the wool and you just put it through like that. Now I'm going to show you how to cast on. We need to cast on 24 stitches, and we're going to use the long tail cast on, which is nice and stretchy for your rib of your hat. So place your slip knot onto your needle and gently tighten. You have two strands hanging here, one that's loose and one that's connected to the ball of wool. So pinch your finger and thumb, insert through the two strands, grab, and then open up your finger and thumb. And then pull down the needle, keeping a nice tension, and then you've created like a little catapult. So where we're going now is we're going to go up the thumb, across, and pull back that yarn through the loop. And we've created a second stitch. So once you've practiced this a couple of times, you kind of find a nice flow. And so you need 24 stitches in total. So we have 24 stitches on our first needle. Now we need to evenly split these stitches over 3 needles. So I'm going to show you how you do that. So take the second needle and then you push your stitches up to the tip of your first needle. Right, now I'm going to transfer 8 onto this needle. So into the first one, you insert it towards the front like this, and you literally just push it across. That's one done. Let's do it again. In towards the front, push it off. So now we've got 8 stitches hanging on this stitch. So you push that needle up, because it's better to keep this in the middle so it's not too close to one end so the stitches don't fall off. Alright, then let's take a third needle. Right, so you just kind of leave this stitch, these stitches just hanging here, because we'll come see them later. Right, so now we need to get 8 stitches onto this needle using the same technique. So now we've evenly split all our stitches across our 3 needles. So one thing to look out for at this stage is that your stitches are all not twisted basically, because we want to keep this is the bottom of your hat, and it's going to grow up. Now we're going to start to learn how to do the 1x1 rib stitch And the first thing we need to do is to join our hat together. So first of all, make sure that the bottom cast on edge isn't twisted, and then we can get going. So we're going to introduce your fourth needle, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do a balancing act of holding all these 3 needles in your left hand, and then the first stitch does feel a little bit wobbly, but then once it's all joined up it kind of starts to even itself out. So take your right needle, insert to the first stitch like that, and then you're going to take this yarn, you're going to take both ends, including the end that's connected to the wool and the loose end, and you're going to wrap that round that needle. Okay, watch this. You're going to come under and then transfer the needle across. That is a knit stitch. Okay, now we're going to do a purl stitch. So bring the yarn down through the middle and then insert the needle towards the front of your left needle, wrap the yarn, the 2 ends, around, come under, and transfer across. We've just done a purl stitch. And basically 1 by 1 rib stitch is a combination of a knit stitch and a purl stitch alternating all the way along. And we're going to complete 3 rounds of 1 by 1 rib stitch. So from the top, and with a nice little zoom in so you can see everything that I'm doing. So for your knit stitch, you go in, wrap, scoop, and off. For your purl stitch, bring the yarn forward and then into the front, wrap it around, scoop it under and push it off. And then you keep repeating that all the way around. Now let's complete the last stitch of this needle. So it's a purl stitch. So you purl it and then push it off. So now we've finished all those 8 stitches from this needle. This becomes the working needle. And at the same time, what you also can see is that we've come to the end of this. And so what we can just do is just cut the end of that yarn. There you go. So now we're going to take the empty needle into the right hand and start working with this needle. So you just push this down a little bit, and then we're going to start with a knit stitch. So the knit stitch, the yarn must be at the back. Let's continue. So it's the same again. So you do a knit stitch, and now we're just knitting with one end because we've hidden the other end throughout the first row. And then a purl stitch. So basically, we need to complete now 3 rounds of 1 by 1 rib stitch. And I'm halfway through the first round at the moment. I'm just coming to the end of this little group of 8 stitches. And now I'm on the final stretch. So you take your empty needle into your right hand, push down this needle, and then start working this group of 8 stitches in 1 by 1 rib stitch. So yarn at the back, got a knit stitch, and then a purl stitch, not like that, through just one. So your purl stitch, knit, purl, Okay, and then we're at the last knit and the last purl stitch, and that means I've finished the first round of my 1 by 1 rib stitch. So let's continue the second round of 1 by 1 rib stitch. So it's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So now we're going to do our final third round of 1 by 1 rib stitch. We've now finished our 1 by 1 rib stitch, and it looks like this. This is the edge that we've just created here. I'm going to teach you how to make stocking stitch in the round now, but first I'm going to show you how to make a yarn marker, because this is really useful for helping you to count your rounds of knitting. So take a little bit of yarn in another colour, and I'm just going to do a little wrap in between the needles, and it's just going to stay there, and later we're going to cut it out. Now I'm going to show you how to do stocking stitch in the round, and all you have to do is knit every single stitch, and we need to create a total of 8 rounds for your hat. So let's get going. So nice and slowly, insert your needle, wrap your yarn around, come under and scoop and transfer across. That's the knit stitch. And then you knit the next stitch. Come in, wrap it around, come under and up. So all you need to do now is basically keep repeating that same technique, knit stitch, all the way around 8 times, and you'll be flying. So I've just shown you how to do stocking stitch in the round. So we're at the stage now where we're going to create the nice curved edge at the top of your hat, and there's a sequence to follow. So in this next round we're going to do some decreasing. So the sequence is knit 4 stitches, knit 2 stitches together, and you repeat this all the way around. So knit 1, knit 2, knit 3, knit 4. Okay, let's knit 2 stitches together. So you literally insert your needle into 2 stitches at the same time and knit it together as normal. Okay, so let's continue the sequence. So knit 4, three, 4, knit 2 stitches together again, knit the next 4, knit 2 stitches together, knit 4 stitches, knit 2 stitches together, and that's it. So the next round is nice and easy. You just need to do a full round of just doing the knit stitch and then get back to the beginning. So then we're on the second decreasing round, and the sequence is knit 3 stitches, knit 2 stitches together, and repeat this all the way around. Okay, so the next round is easy again. It's just knitting all the way around, and we're really near the end. And for the finale, the sequence is knit 2 stitches, knit 2 stitches together, and repeat this all the way around. Okay guys, we finished the top of the hat, we finished all the knitting, so now I'm going to show you how to take off all your needles and sew up the top. So cut like a long length of yarn, like that. Get a sewing needle, thread your needle, stuff it through, like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to literally transfer all these needles off, as if you're kind of knitting, but you literally put it off. Keep pushing each stitch off each needle. Nearly there. The last guy. Okay. There you go. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to close this up, you just literally drawstring the hat together. Like that. And then to secure it off, you take the end of your needle and poke it through into the inside. Turn your hat inside out. Tighten it a little bit. And then you can do it quite rough and ready. You just attach it to one side of the knitting. So just weave in and out at the top of your hat. And then tie a little knot. And then cut off. Yay! Okay, so now we can cut off the, remove the yarn marker. Say goodbye to that little happy helper. It's a nice little hat. Now we are going to make a pom-pom. It's super fun. So what you do is you take your yarn, you have your index fingers, and you just literally start wrapping around as many times as you like. Depends on how big or small you'd like to make your pom-pom. 20 to 25 times is perfect. So wrap it around like that. Cut. And then carefully slide them off your fingers. And then cut another piece of yarn with some like bit of extra. And you're going to literally tie that around the loops of pom-poms. Tie it nice and tightly, and tie it again. And then what you're going to do is you're going to give it a little haircut, which is really fun. So you're going to cut all those loops around there and around there. Get your little scissors, start cutting. So I've done a nice scruffy little one. And then you just keep one long thread, because this is what you're going to use to attach the pom-pom to your hat. And then you cut the rest into a nice little happy pom-pom. Give it a bit of a fluff. So next, thread your needle. So thread your needle with the remaining strand. And then take the needle through the top of the hat. And pull it through. There you go, look at that. And then turn it inside out and do the same as what I was doing before. You just weave in the ends throughout the top of the hat. And there you go, there's your lovely little happy hat. I hope you found this video really helpful, and thanks for knitting, and don't forget to download the pattern here.